Hello and welcome back to your F1 comments, the brand new series on my channel where I look into the top, the best and the worst comments underneath Formula 1 highlight videos. Last week I started off with the 2020 F1 testing week number 1 and you guys smashed the response. Honestly, I've got to say a massive thank you to you guys for the response on what is a new concept entirely for my channel. The love you guys showed on the like button and the comments below saying you definitely wanted to see more of this and more of this for the season ahead. So here we are now with week number 2 of 2020 F1 testing, and hopefully if this video goes just as well, we'll definitely try and do this for the start of the season for every GP. So let's delve into it then. We've got day number 4. There's still definitely a lot to comment on in week 2 of testing. Day 4's absolute top comment, which is fair play because it's a very true statement and one I think everyone can get behind. Only 17 days until qualifying, lads. I guess as I'm recording this and as I upload this video, there's only 12 days till qualifying there, so the hype is definitely building, although maybe the pecking order isn't exactly maybe what we wanted it in terms of the top 5 perhaps. A new F1 season is a new F1 season, so I think all of us can still get hyped behind it. And as always, I'll be going into it 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. wake up, whatever it is, on this Sunday, raring to go. Even if I know it's going to be a Mercedes 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm still going to be pumped, drink that coffee in at 5 a.m. and be absolutely buzzing my tits off as the fire red lights go out. But away from that top comment, day 4 may as well have been renamed to Day Kubica because everyone was losing their collective shits over Robert Kubica topping the timesheet in the Alfa Romeo. The poleman stepped into the car for the second time in testing and he topped the timesheet, and so obviously all his fans flooded the comments, and I haven't seen anything like it. Literally they took over. The next top 4 comments after that initial one are all about Robert Kubica. I don't think I've seen even the Tifosi get this crazy about one of their drivers probably ever since Michael Schumacher. I think if social media was as prevalent as it was when Schumacher was driving for Ferrari, I think that would have rivaled it for sure. But Kubica fans, Polish fans, absolutely nuts. We got Kubica P1, everyone liked that, and then all Kubica needed was a decent car, which, yeah, I guess maybe true. I mean, to be fair, I think, from his own words, what he's achieved here on day 4 of testing is a massive feat. It's difficult to drag a car up the order in real life compared to, let's say, a video game, but don't take my word for it, take his word for it.
And it's much easier to drive slower car and be good in PlayStation than driving slow car on track and be good.
We then transition that session topping time into commenting on Ferrari and what maybe Kimi could do in the car with Ferrari. What the hell are you doing, Kubica? We're trying to convince everyone we're in trouble, for God's sake. I mean, if they had a plan, to sandbag, which I think is very unlikely. I think we're all very quickly realizing that Ferrari are actually going to take a massive L at the end of this season, at least at the beginning of the season. Maybe later they improve, but right now, yeah, I think the sandbag dream, the Spec B jokes, the hope is completely gone. Thrown off the Great Cliffs of Milan. I'm pretty sure Milan doesn't have any cliffs, but I'm sure they created one just to throw themselves off it, basically, because, yeah, it's not looking great. But yeah, I mean, if there were, Ferrari had been fumbled here because Alfa Romeo just went and did a good lap. And obviously, testing is testing. We don't know what fuel people are running on that day and the subsequent days of week 2 of testing, but it still gets people a little bit, bright-eyed about what could happen, with one commenter painting the picture of what would happen if Kimi Raikkonen rocked up and had the fastest car at Melbourne. Kimi, you're on pole at Melbourne. Yeah, something is wrong with the car. That was definitely one of the worst impressions I've done of Kimi Raikkonen, but yeah, I'm sure Kimi would be very perplexed. He would honestly pretty much say something's broken with it because he wouldn't expect it. Day 4 of testing in general was action-packed with some spins, some thrills, and some retirements, and it meant the Marshall's trackside were pretty busy all day and had to be alert at all times, really. In a way, maybe a little bit too alert, as one commenter then put, some gravel on track, red flag. A car stopped off the track, red flag. A mosquito on the track, red flag. Testing definitely shows how antsy the FIA and in general F1 could be at on-track issues during a race weekend, but because it's testing, obviously, they're not meant to be racing each other, they're not meant to be getting into kerfuffles with one another, and so if they, have issues themselves, they're basically always just red flag the session to procure the car or sort the issue out, but it was a little bit crazy, pretty much, and I wouldn't put it past. I mean, if the red flag's really that sensitive, I mean, what would happen, when your usual wild coot on the apex is there? I mean, they're going to have to red flag that for that. That's endangerment. And finally, for day 4 of testing, we get on to the entire basis of the thumbnail and title of this video, I'm going to assume, and that's all to do with Scuderia Ferrari. My word, do they not look great in week number 2, and day 4 especially was just happy hunting ground for your usual Sebastian Vettel joke spin pests, as Sebastian Vettel did in fact spin, and the jokes were coming in thick and fast. Apart from the Robert Kubica comments taking over day 4's comment section, it was just joke after joke about Sebastian Vettel, or jokes about the jokes of Sebastian Vettel. It's jokeception when it comes to Sebastian Vettel now, because you got the standard people that want to make a joke about him spinning, or, you know, mission spin now, whatnot, or, you know, getting practice into spinning for the rest of the season, and then you got people making jokes about those people making those jokes. I think we've really reached peak F1 saturation of jokes. It happens a lot on Twitter. You see, F1 Twitter is always about 3 months late to certain joke trends, and then they just take that joke that's already old and they just slam it into the ground until it's overused to no end here. And I think we're getting to, well, we're actually probably past that point. We're very much getting to that point of like peak annoyance of those jokes occurring, when we've got jokes made about those jokes. But yeah, in general, it's not looking good for Ferrari. The car doesn't look quick. They even saying they're not sandbagging. This is the genuine, like, they're having to convince the press and us that they are actually that slow. A year makes a massive difference. Last year, they were super quick throughout testing, and they were looking so confident that, you know, they had a bit of smugness about them almost in the air. This year, they're having to actually convince us that, yes, this is their genuine pace. Yes, they are that slow compared to Red Bull and Mercedes. So as one top commenter summed up, I think this is what we're going to be seeing all season. This is Hamilton going, this will be the closest season ever. Every race.
Get in there, Lewis.
And quite nicely, actually, on those same lines, we move on towards day 5 then, the second last day of testing, and a top comment here on day 5. Mercedes, prepare for trouble. Racing Point, make it double. I really do rate that comment. Fantastic bars. I mean, when's the diss track coming? That's all I want to know. I don't know if there was something in the water that day when people were commenting as well, because we've got another rhyming comment here, because we got the Finn avoided the spin, the Brit got covered in grit. In my opinion now, the best course of action is those two commenters should meet up and create an entire diss track for Ferrari at the Australian Grand Prix. I think that's what we all need and want. Moving to talk about a team a little bit further down the pecking order, Williams were in action in day 5, and we had a great moment where Latifi spewed off into the gravel trap in sector 3, the kind of long right-hander hairpin, and the cameraman, I don't know if he was sleeping or what, but we've got a great comment that sums it up. 1:49, that's the timestamp at day 5 if you're curious. Camera guy, oh, I didn't expect Williams to be that fast this year, because Latifi goes off and the camera literally stays here for about 3 seconds at the scenic shot he's taking. The car has already gone past the screen. It's already left. We can't even see it anymore. And then he takes a further 2 seconds. I don't know what he was doing. Like, did he have a sandwich in his hand and whatever? He's just gone, oh, God, pan. And if that wasn't bad enough for Latifi, he's already missed out on prime real estate, prime time TV screen because of a cameraman not doing his job properly there. His mirror then shattered somehow on his run, and so we got a great comment. As Latifi came back to the pits, we could really see a good shot of it. Latifi's mirror breaks. Williams, Nicholas, we have a 7-year contract for you, boy. And finally spinning this back around to Mercedes, they obviously had that power unit failure for Hamilton late on in day 5, and that cropped up in the thumbnail of Formula 1 for day 5 of testing with their video. So we got F1, stranded Hamilton thumbnail, Mercedes, that's not good. Listen, I did not make this joke this time, so you can't get cross at me. You know, go send your hate to the commenter. It's on screen there, so just if you've got any bad comments about that joke this time, then you can send them to him. And of course, with their Ferrari art, surely they want to clutch at straws. So we've got Mercedes, PU failure, Ferrari. Write that down. There was a great shot actually of a few Ferrari personnel guys who actually stood at that exact point of the circuit where Hamilton pulled up there, and they literally got their phones out to start filming the failure, or the Merc just sat there to maybe, I don't know, zoom in on the shots and get some detail. Maybe Hamilton actually saw the Ferrari guys alongside on the circuit and thought, you know what, lads, we're a bit too quick here today. I think we should give them one. Yeah, just let's park up here, just show them our car a little bit in close detail. I mean, they're dead already. Why are we going to try and keep on hitting them whilst they're down already? Let's just stop there, give them a helping hand. Every little does help. And so here we are then, the final bit of Formula 1 action before the Australian Grand Prix. Day number 6 of testing. The final day is upon us, and the Ferrari bashing just kept on coming. We've got a comment thread here of 2 comments here, with the initial comment being, too bad we didn't see the safety car lap time, smirk face, but that was the initial comment. Then replying to that on a fake Toto Wolff account, they're faster than Ferrari, let me tell you. Oh lord, this man has ended Ferrari's entire career with one fake account reply. On this final day of testing though, I guess maybe you could tell the drivers were relaxing a little bit. They've got to the end of their programs in a way. We got a really wholesome moment between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris, who who are in fact friends off the circuit, but Verstappen was driving down the pit lane and he actually gave a middle finger to Lando Norris, and then Lando Norris saw himself on the screen and gave a middle finger back, essentially. It was absolutely awesome with the comment. I love how Max just casually flip off each other whilst they're leaving the pit, just like best mates would when they see each other, and that is literally the most accurate thing ever. The entire situation between Verstappen and Norris may as well have been something like this, basically.
What on, dickheads?
And it wouldn't be the sport we all know and love in Formula 1 without a little bit of stupidity. On the day 6 video, voiceover said, unable to top Bottas. More like wasn't a super quick lap, but brake before the finish line to not show the lap time. It was very obvious. It was very, especially if you were watching it live, you could literally hear him lifting off of the engine, basically going a lot quieter, basically, as he crossed the line, because that Red Bull would have topped the timesheets there and beaten Bottas there. So Red Bull, maybe with something more in the bag. Verstappen's lap looked very good. He wasn't really even pushing that hard, really, and he was up in sectors 1 and 2. Then made a little mistake of oversteering in sector 3, but then massively lifted off. So I think Red Bull are quietly confident they could maybe take the challenge to Mercedes a little bit. And finally, to end on the same note of the Formula 1 voiceover scripts for these testing videos, we had a very questionable line, as one person pointed out. 051, which is the timestamp. The purple helmeted honey badger sounds like a euphemism, and at this point, I think my video has just been demonetized. So thanks for that, commenter. Ruined my video. But that's been your Formula 1 comments for this week, week number 2 of the 2020 Formula 1 testing. Guys, if you did enjoy the video, then be sure to give me that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Again, any kind of feedback to improve these videos, and let me know if you definitely want to see this at the start of the season. And, well, we'll bring your F1 comments to life at the Australian Grand Prix after those highlights have been posted by the official YouTube F1 account there. But yeah, it's been a pleasure of delving into the comment section of those 6 videos for F1 testing, and it's been really great to try something new like this on the channel and see you guys seem to enjoy it there. So hopefully you did enjoy this second video and second tester, essentially. If you're new around here, do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. I've been aarava. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.